Hello and welcome back to Avowed. Last time well, we kind of killed a lot of people. Yeah. Uh, the orc guy, his territory. We went there and there was a guy who was getting harassed, and we, you know, came to the rescue essentially, and then everyone just kind of, you know, came at us, and the orc guy did too, and yeah, we killed like 20 people. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of people. But, that was something. And we explored some more of the town, went to the mermaid something, whatever that place is called. Um, yeah. A couple things. But now, we are ready to investigate the crime scene, yeah. Also, yeah, I do want to go and upgrade my armor at some point, but we're gonna do that slightly later. But the crime scene is here. It's up there. How do I get up there? This way?
Now, why would I want to leave a mark right by that pile of crates?
A mark. That mark? What are you talking about? I think I want to get up there. Yeah, that's what it's pointing to. It's pointing up. Guess I'll try to get up there. Whoop.
With any luck, your assassin will be as bad at hiding their tracks as they were at making sure you stay dead.
That's just where I fell and had to fight the spiders. Can I get up there at all? There's a lot of there, okay. Can I get up there? Can I find my way up there? Can I climb this? Oh wait, here we go. That'd be something. A lot of platforming, parkour stuff in this game. Surprisingly, I did not expect to be like climbing everything in this game. But no, sure, yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Makes it feel different than most RPGs. I feel like I don't feel like I can say a lot of RPGs like this, really do platforming much, the Fallouts and Skyrims and all that. Yeah, so recently, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion just got a remake, remaster. Well, I guess it's a remake. I don't know. Not exactly sure what it is, but it's like it's upgraded, updated, like random graphics and everything, And yeah, like it kind of came out of nowhere. Like it was kind of like spoiled a little bit. Like it was like, oh, people kind of knew it was coming, but well, they didn't know. I don't think we literally just released the moment it was announced, which was kind of surprised everybody, I think. And I don't know. I think I talked about in this game or some game that I was kind of curious to go back and check out Oblivion at some point, but then I didn't, and I was like, well, do I want to, because it is a little jank. Like, I tried it and then I didn't actually play it because I played Skyrim, and put a lot of hours into that. But I also have my qualms about it. Like, despite putting so many hours into it, I actually don't think it's a very good game. Like, I think it's got a lot of issues. But, I know a lot of people enjoy Oblivion, obviously, and the remake seems to be pretty good from what I've seen. Like, I've seen this, everybody's talking about it, So I don't know, But right now I'm playing this game, which is, I wouldn't say it's, similar, but it has the same flavor of fantasy, first person, RPG stuff. There's obviously a lot of differences in that, but yeah. So it's kind of funny that, they are both, well, yeah, Xbox, Microsoft, owns it now, right? owns Bethesda, who, you know, made it. uh, so it's interesting that they have this and was released. Well, yeah, this was released early in the year, but still relatively recently. I feel, you know. Obviously, I have been playing this for a bit now due to the way I play games on the channel, but I don't know. I still feel like this game is relatively new. That releasing it, that remake, you know, that's gonna make this game probably be pretty overshadowed. I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like this game was, from what I heard at least, was mostly successful and positively reviewed and everything. I don't know. Anyways, I gotta get back to the game. I'm just standing around. Flask of poison. The glass is empty, but it reeks of swamp water and rancid berries.
Smells familiar, but I can't place it. Whatever it is, it's not used for game hunting or keeping beasts out of your garden. You already met the apothecary. I'd suggest we pay him another visit.
Seems like a good place to start.
Okay. Time to pay the apothecary a visit. The other is ready for me. I wonder what that tells us. Would a parody's apothecary sell poison just to anyone? Poison. A coward's weapon.
Without a second thought. I've bought my fair share of poisons in case some nin dude out there tries to take something I need. Go back to the market and up the stairs to the east. You'll see a large building with a big window on top.
The Mermaid's Den. Nice place. We should say hello to Juliana while we're there.
The apothecary is in the back alley. Any luck? We could track down who made this poison. Find your killers.
Again, it's funny that, you know, it does seem like the game expects you not to immediately go to, you know, do all the side stuff, just look around. You expect you to do the main quest, because they just talked about the Mermaid's Den thing, you know, that I already went to. But, you know, it's fine. Can I get down safely here?
There are places elsewhere on this island that would kill
yeah.
those supplies.
Okay. Help. Stuck. Oh. Okay. Phew. Yeah, that was solid. I thought it isn't. And there's like a skeleton or something there, like a mannequin or something. I don't know what that was, but I just fell through it. Alright. Well, I'm down. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, right now I just want to go to the main quest. Just want to do all the things in town I can, you know. We did most of the stuff we can in town, and there's, you know, still some quests we gotta do, but mostly it's out of town, so I just want to, you know, do the town stuff and then leave, you know, so I won't have to come back for a while, if that makes sense. Because yeah, we've just been here for, you know, quite a while now, so I just want to finish this up, you know, so I don't have to come back and forth all the time. How do I get there? I guess I can check the map. Oh, here's some stairs. Gotta go there. When do I have my weapons out? Don't need them. Not right now. Yeah, this is the Pearl District. That's where I, well, basically killed everyone. Like, you can see there's nobody around. Kinda eerie, in a way. Well, that's what we did.
Wait. We should ask that apothecary about your assassin before we leave.
That's what I was doing. Good thinking. What's the rush?
I don't think we're going to be welcome here for long. All those sparrowhawks will be sniffing around here any minute. And since that's not the last skirmish we'll find ourselves in, I say we take this opportunity to stock up on some better equipment.
Didn't we see this conversation now? This sounds familiar. Yeah, we said
if you
this.
want to guarantee.
Oh. I think, yeah, I think I wasn't supposed to come here before I investigated. Well, yeah, because that was a little bit awkward. Yeah, because we already had the conversation. Yeah, we were supposed to, like, come here, get into a scuffle, then talk to this guy about, you know, poison stuff and everything. But you know, sequencing, you know, whatever.
What'll it be today, Envoy? I know you didn't come for herbal remedies.
Sean Poison Flask, what do you know about this? My friend Marius thinks you've been dealing in illegal substances. Why does he say that?
You'll think I'm crazy, but adherents don't respond well to my cures. Lots of rashes and upset stomachs. Maybe one of the local herbs disagrees with your diet. Who can say?
Oh, it's different. Whatever this was, it certainly disagreed with me.
Wait, I recognize that from my wares. It's oil distilled from Saint Ettore, a berry native to the Living Lands.
Okay. That must have been some berry. You killed me on the spot. You sold the poison and killed me? Hawking poison and paying off fox isn't endearing you to me. Marius, Kai, what do you know about Saint Ettore? Whatever that word was. Give me a list of your customers. One of them is an assassin. Yeah, I still always want to say this just because it's a unique dialogue option. So I will.
Hey, look, the Living Lands is a dangerous place. Alright, take a nap in the forest and you'll wake up dead more often than not.
Not if you know better than to take a nap in the blessed A forest.
Walking through the streets of Paradise is supposed to be a safer proposition. Yet, our friend took an arrow that was coated in this stuff.
Before you ask, I can't tell you who bought the poison. If word got around that I was ratting my clients out to the adherents, it'd be the end of me.
I risked my life for you. Tell me and we'll call demon. The assassins from Paradise, a local. If your client's a killer, your rotation will be the least of your worries. Can you explain that to Inquisitor Ludwig? Yeah.
I hate carrying a debt. Just don't tell anyone you learned it from me. The truth is, I never saw the customer's face. They wore a hood. A monk's cowl, I believe. But I can tell you that Saint Ettore is used in religious rituals. Prophets and seers will do anything to leave their bodies.
Sounds like we're looking for a mystic. A certain different body. For what it's worth, your poison is effective. Anything else? You won't like it if I discover you were holding out on me. It's been very helpful. I want to say this for some reason.
Well, at least that's some encouragement.
If you want mystic types, you want to go visit the Temple of Andra. Probably the only reason you'd want to go there.
On the other hand, Claviger Amond was cozy with plenty of mystics and oddballs. We could check out his estate for clues.
Go past the Hightown Gate to the north, and follow the road eastward until you reach the statue of Andra.
I appreciate the help. Before I go, I'd like to tell him about these rebels. Smile dangerously. Try not to do business with any more assassins. Farewell. Yeah.
Look, most Paradisans don't like the adherents. We've been here for generations, and we knew how to handle our own. Adir changed that, and not for the better. Some of us have been more wronged by Adir than others. Well, wronged by the Steel Garrote. They're a minority of Paradisans, but they're willing to kill to strike back at Adir, even at an Imperial envoy.
Careful where you say that. The last thing Paradise needs is a Deeren panic.
I hope that I've been able to assist you in some small way. Good luck in your investigation, envoy.
A poisoner from one of the temples. So much for the gods working through miracles and mysteries.
What'll it be today, envoy?
I think I have some things I should sell while I'm here. I do, yeah. Delete that. Delete that. Okay, that's pretty much it though. Nothing much. Don't think so. Yeah. Right. Gotta remember I gotta put these grimoires away. I don't need that many on me, you know. need. Oh, that one, yeah. That's the one I'm equipped. The other ones I don't need right now. Yeah. Alright. Actually, I can sell this one as well, right? I don't need this one. This is just... Yeah, right? Yeah, this is just this one, but yeah, it is. Okay, I can sell this one. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, now... Got a lot of stuff here now, actually. I also got the bounties here. Let's see here. So anything else I should do? Find close by the location of the main fragments. Huh. I guess as an I don't know. Feel like I should I continue main questing a little bit? I don't know now. Right. But what I should do is go to the camp. Yeah. Also, yeah, we can talk to Marius, you know, like we did with Kai. Probably has a lot of stuff to talk about. That will probably take a bit. That's fine. I want to know more about Marius. He seems interesting. Always want to know more about companions, because, you know, we spend a lot of time with them. It makes sense too. Do wonder if it would have been faster just to walk there, because the loading always takes a while, I feel. But I don't know. Yeah. There we go. Alright. I had a thing above your head, but I don't have new things to say.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Juliana. I know you're not asking my opinion, but for what it's worth, I appreciate you understanding her situation.
She's not hurting anyone. She's free to conduct her business as she pleases. I don't agree with my country's laws against Helios parsley. It's not my concern. I'm here to stop the dreamskirts, not enforce the given laws. I just didn't like seeing her exploited by someone like Yaku. Yeah.
I didn't mean to assume. Still, you wouldn't have been the first to blindly follow orders. Out here, you've got to live and let live. Principles are one thing, but you can't let them get in the way of basic decency. I wish more of your countrymen took that view.
You know, it's at a game, you know, I was wondering how much we could, you know, not betray, but like go against, you know, the king and whatever, you know, like the empire, because we are the envoy. Like, that's not something we cannot be. I'm pretty sure that's kind of what we are. That's important for the story, you know. I was just kind of wondering, like, how much can we, like, you know, go against the empire? Like, there are many choices in the game, and I try not to take them a lot. That kind of seem to be like, oh, we are just, you know, we're the envoy, we're here in business, we are, you know, government, you know, yeah, like, very, you know, like that, you know, and that's, I don't want to play like that, I don't want to be that character, which is interesting that that's what, well, the story, you know, it's what we are the envoy, you know, yet, you know, it does seem like the game at least lets you mostly avoid being just a pawn, you know what I mean? Like, we still want to take care of the dream skirts and everything. That is our mission essentially, and obviously it's something we want to do because obviously it's bad and we don't want it to spread and everything. That makes sense. We would do that, even if we just random hero character, but we are an actual envoy of the empire and the king and everything and all that stuff, and yeah. So yeah, it is interesting that we can make our own thoughts and opinions, which you would hope in an RPG you can role play. That is the whole RPG. That's literally what it stands for. So anyway, moving on. How long how long have rebels been active in Paradise? I have a question about you. Okay, yes, something else now.
Rebellion's more like our natural state of being in the living lands. People on the island don't much like being told what to do. In fact, many come here specifically for that reason.
And they've been very often best to Hilgard, bringing in different laws and different blades. Total cleaner sounds nice until you have to defend yourself from someone better armed. I can sympathize. I was eager to get out from under the rules and restrictions of life back home. Yeah, see, that's kind of what makes sense. Well, from what I remember of the start of the game, didn't it say something like we were pretty much born and brought into the empire and the king and everything? Like we were pretty much raised to be, the pawn in a sense. Like we were taken in, or whatever. We don't have a family or anything, because of the whole godlike thing. We were shunned and whatever and taken in. So it makes sense that we would be, we would wanna, it's all we know. First of all, it's all we know, and also, it's safe. It's in a world like this, you can't easily just do whatever. If you have a stable life like that, it makes sense that you would keep on living with the king and all that, like not try to betray or go against the king in any way, because you have a comfortable life relatively. But also, yeah, this right here is what I want to say, because it does feel like that makes a lot of sense, for our character who, we are a character who we have the control of their thoughts and feelings mostly, but are still some things that are set in stone. And I've said that before, which is kind of interesting, because I don't feel like many games, many RPGs have something that's set in stone. You're typically pretty, a blank canvas. There's not a lot of things that tend to be set in stone, but some things are in this game, which is interesting. Again, like I also said, that we know about the world and everything. We're not completely stupid about the world. We know what this world is. We're not just plopped in here. So yeah. So things like this is what makes most sense to me to say.
Don't speak too soon, because they may have followed you here. Paradise used to be a lot more violent. Now, bandits like the Sparrowhawks at least have to limit their activities. Of course, that change has come thanks to Ambassador Heelgard's adherent troops. And the Stilgarrote. Ludwine and her paladins have been busy in the hinterlands. It's all rumor and speculation, but I don't think they're making your cause any friends.
Rumors are fun. The second one is Adia. He does assisting us here. What is he doing? I'm sure she has a good reason. Sounds like I have risk turning people against Adia. Rumors are fun.
I don't like to gossip.
Since when?
Okay, I like fun gossip. They say she's hunting down so-called agitators, flattening entire settlements that stand in her way. Of course, All the news reaching Paradise is jumbled together. Stories about the Dream Scourge, the Steel Garrote, and the weird happenings that are almost commonplace around here. So it's hard to say what's true.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I don't know that these rebels are all that organized yet. But where there's foam, there's rocks, as the saying goes.
Anything else
Should
I
I
can say?
break out the booze?
Oh, there's something new. What are your thoughts on our other companions?
You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about?
It's funny, like, clearly Kai likes gossip. It's funny that he mentioned that twice now. Yeah. It seems interesting about Kai that he's not. Well, his voice and his, general demeanor makes him sound relatively stoic and, like battle hardened, if that makes sense. Like he's been around, you know what I mean? He's been in scuffles and knows about the world and would take it seriously. But he's still, not. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, yeah. Again, I guess not stoic. It's like just like. He seems more like he's just kind of going with the flow at this point. I'm sure like he wouldn't, if he died, he wouldn't, if he got injured or he's like, well, I lived a life, that kind of attitude. Like he's been around. He's been like, yeah, he's just going with the flow at this point, And he's pretty chill about everything, and like he makes jabs and jokes and I like that he's not all serious. You would think from his vibe that's what he was gonna be, but I like Kai. Like I think he's interesting, We don't know a ton, but we do know some things, We know a little bit about him by now, but yeah. Anyway.
Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds, which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on. So, if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it.
So you two friends, he sure likes to give you a hard time. It's difficult to get to know him. He doesn't really own up. He's sensible and straightforward. I like being around someone who thinks that the way he did. Yep, I like being around someone who thinks what he thinks. Who says what he thinks. Oh my god. Whatever. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, given everything that comes with being an envoy, I bet that's especially refreshing for you. And don't worry if he starts badgering you. It's his way of showing he cares.
I want to know what you think about me.
Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you.
That's fair.
I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And
Same.
there you have it. Your turn now.
You're trustworthy and reliable. No matter what we get into, I know I can count on you. I appreciate your level head and even temper. As much time as we've been spending together is important. You're minded and reasonable. You don't let ideologies drive you. Frankly, I don't see eye to eye with you. I appreciate you helping me see things through. Yeah, I feel like this sounds right.
I've been accused of only letting my stomach drive me, but thanks. That one means a lot.
Alright.
Sure.
Don't think
I'll
there's
tell you-
anything else. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Should be safe for the
So there's some new
But-
stuff
I'll take watch. Just in
can
case.
happen. As I was like, well,
You
it's
might
kind
want to
of.
consider not washing your clothes in safflower oil.
I was wondering
I
if you
hate
were
to
gonna
break
let
it
us.
to you, but regular laundry is a common courtesy when you're traveling with a group.
No, it's fine. If you feel the need to wash your clothes, go right ahead. Just use something else.
Sweat and midday breezes don't count as washing, you know.
Right, so I smell like the wilderness. You people stand out like a tree rat in heat. You've been complaining about the flies, though. They're attracted to the scent of sapflowers.
Thanks, Marius. That's helpful.
Well, don't get used to it.
Okay, anyway. Let's talk to Marius.
No offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, Envoy.
Only I'm not trying to hide it. Have you been dragging me? Am I supposed to be fed up by that? My sis would probably agree with you.
Well, maybe you should try to cover your trail more often. An Adiran official who's new in town turns a lot of heads, especially when they're traveling with a Nim dude like Kai.
You don't like Kai? Kai said you knew each other from before. What's a name, dude? Okay, I kind of have to say that if you just making me explain it. If you're here to tell me how to be stealthy, we're going to have a rough time together. Oh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be mean to him. We don't really even know him much, you know. It's interesting that this is on the bottom. I guess because it's the mean option. I like mostly it seems like the more neutral options are on top, and the more, well, I wouldn't say aggressive, but you know, again, mean or like negative or like, you know, more again like, you know, being the pawn and you know, the envoy and all that stuff being, you know, yeah, that kind of character seems to be on the bottom, which does make me feel like every time it's on top, it does make me feel like it's the option they kind of want you to take, if that makes sense. I know that's probably not true. I don't think they want you to take any option. They just want you to, you know, roleplay. But yeah, it's that I have noticed that. Anyway, I wanted to say this.
Stick with Kai. You'll find out. Well, we've worked together in the past. It was mostly him crashing blindly through the weeds after I advised him not to. I'm here to find your assassins. Maybe help you avoid being killed again in the future. My guess is you'll need a guide once you leave Paradise, too. They say I'm the best there is.
You're welcome to join us. I don't have a choice, do I? Are the living lands that dangerous? I'm sure we have a lot to teach one another. This sounds sarcastic. It sounds, yeah. I don't want to say that. We know you're dangerous. Welcome to join us.
Merci, Envoy. I'll make myself at home. Anyway, enough chat. I'm sure you have things to do.
Thanks.
Anyway.
That makes sense. Talk about Dawn Show. Thoughts on companions and more about you. Alright, same as Kai, that makes sense.
Right. What do you want to know?
At least those are the same. What can you tell me about Dawn Show?
Lovely place, as the living lands goes. I advise most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle. Paradise isn't the safest place in the world, but it is the safest place in the lands. Walls and guards go a long way out here. Other than that, you got bits of forest, grasslands, some caves, cliffs, and all sorts of things to get you into trouble. This is the easiest place to survive in the living lands. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Heard anything interesting out there?
Heard an envoy from Adir showed up and got herself killed. Other than that, nothing. Honestly, I don't listen out for gossip much. I don't know what to tell you.
Do you have any tips for surviving in Dawn Show?
You probably know most of this, but here goes. Normally you look for some shelter first. Cut down a few small trees, gather moss to keep the wind out. Nothing too elaborate. With so little tree cover, you want to keep moving. The reeds near the coast make great fibers for rope, so you can lash branches together and make a decent roof. Of course, we're always moving, so we just make a quick camp and carry on. So you don't have to worry about all that.
Hmm.
Trees, rocks, water, dirt. A few Zarps and bears, but not much else here wants to kill you. Enjoy it. It'll get worse from here. Word is the hunting in the Strangleroot has been a lot better since someone cleared out the diseased bear that lived out there. I never hunt out there, but a lot of people owe someone a word of thanks and a half a jug of Wodak.
Bodak. So, Wodak is a clear, potent alcohol distilled and enjoyed by Parkland pros. Alright. That's us. Verify who killed the bear. I'll let them know. Make it a full jug, and we're talking. Why don't you hunt down the Strangleroot?
That was you. Gods, you should have led with that information. Actually, better keep it to yourself. You don't want thump-chested Nimdudes coming after you like the ones who come after me. Oh, gods. Get out there and explore, Envoy. You'll be fine. Promise.
Probably we can say that like 3 times. Anything interesting out there?
I've been traveling with you. What could I have heard?
Okay, that's just okay. That's gonna be just repeating, right? Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Honestly, not much out here you need to worry about. Bears, Zarps, spiders, bandits. You want to make your camp look larger and scarier than it is. Keep a fire going, make a lot of noise, hide most of your food. Bears, spiders, and Zarps usually won't attack if they don't think it's worth the trouble. Act like you're tougher than they are. Now, bandits, that's something else. I'd rather run into a bear than one of them any day. I've been traveling.
Oh, right. Guess that's that.
Right. Good talk. By the
Was it nothing else I could... No, we had something else we were talking to you about. Yeah, companions. And also about you. Let's talk... This is this one first, because... Like, Kai's thing here, we only got after, you know? After we got another companion, so I want to know more about Marius first. That makes sense, right? I don't know. That's it? I don't know.
Ask away.
I was thinking about in Solace. What exactly makes you the best hunter in the living lands? Something concerned me about you, how you handled the situation in the Grinning Ballarat. What language is it that you're speaking? It's all for now. I can say all this as well.
Yes, I did. The less we talk about that, the better.
I understand. Well, then you have to tell me what happened. Sounds like you and Solace didn't part on the best of terms. I need to know what kind of person I'm working with.
I see. Let's lay this out, Envoy. I can tell you've got survival training of your own. I don't need to know if you loved your daddy or not. Now, we just met, Envoy, and I'm here to do a job. Maybe we'll be best of friends someday, but this isn't that day. Best we just keep things professional.
Understood. Interesting. That's what is thinking at the time. That was unnecessarily aggressive. Challenge accepted. Understood. Let's just not get on his nerves.
Thank you. Not everyone accepts that some things are best left in the past.
Yeah. That's fine. You don't have to talk about it, you know. What makes you best hunter in living lands?
Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed yet. I know the difference between hay-bleed toxin and high-tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Ballarok and the Grinning Ballarok?
What is that about? Ballarok's domestic creatures native to the living lands, frequently in hibernation and rarely spotted in the wild. Legends tell that a Ballarok's form reflects their preferred season and ecosystem, where they act as hunters and guardians. Interesting. Killed that? What exactly is a Ballarok? Not personally, no. No? Why would I remember that? Can you tell me more about it?
Probably the meanest living thing out in the wilds. Just as soon tear you apart as look at you. I am one of the few who have seen a Ballarok and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me.
Something concerned me about how you handle the situation when Bella worked.
Oh? Do tell.
You seem to get really upset when he mentions Solace. Did you really drink... did you really poison the drink, or were you bluffing? Do you people... Why can't I read correctly? Do you get people walking up and threaten you a lot? Never mind, let's talk about something else.
No, I didn't poison that drink. Even the rankest Nimdude walking doesn't deserve that kind of death. They clearly heard about my reputation and thought I'd do something like that. The question is, why would he drink from that cup?
That's a good question. I guess it's thirsty. You're trying to impress you, I guess. He probably wasn't thinking.
Well, that much is obvious. If he was a real hunter, he'd have studied his target and known what I was capable of. Lucky for me, he was just a tourist in need of a good reminder.
I don't really want to belabor that, but... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Let's just see where this goes. Where did I say this one?
More often than you think. Someone's always trying to get a reputation by going after people who have one. Turns out those of us who have a reputation sometimes came by it honestly.
I'm gonna say it, you know. Maybe he'll get upset, but... Let's see.
We've already talked about this. I hope this isn't going to be a problem.
Alright, no problem at all. One day I'll get through that cold hot exterior. That's all. I said it would be a problem. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm sure he has his reasons.
Good.
Yeah. Alright. No, that's fine.
What do you need?
What language is it you're speaking?
Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, huh. I see. I sometimes use Lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right?
Can't say that. What's limbo? Can you teach it to me? I like it. It gives you a certain mystique. Well, stop it. Man, we're gonna be weirdly mean to Marius. I don't wanna be mean to him. I wanna be friendly to him, you know? He's our companion. What's limbo?
Lember is the language spoken in Solace, though everyone knows Adiran because it's a common tongue. You don't hear Lember much in the rest of the lands. Makes it easy to see which of us are from Solace and which aren't.
Can you teach it to me?
I barely realize I'm doing it anymore. If you want to learn Lember, you'll have to spend time in Solace. And that's not going to happen anytime blessed soon.
I assume blessed means very. Why not? Come on, just a few phrases. Fair enough.
Ha, right. Something like that. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult.
Didn't mean like damned or something. Yeah. That's all for now.
Right. Changing the subject. What do you need?
I think that's all I
That's
can
cool.
say about this, really. Yeah.
Right. What do you need?
What about our companions? By companions,
Companions?
I mean Kai.
It's just Kai, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but... Kai's good enough. Tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins.
It's funny that they do acknowledge that we only have one other companion right now. Obviously, later in the game, you know. That's gonna make more sense to talk about companions. But yeah. Huh. So yeah,
Thanks for talking.
didn't get to know a whole lot. I mean, that was the entire point. He didn't really want to say much, you know? That's fair, but yeah.
Marius, did you leave a cleaning manual in my pack?
Pretty much don't know anything else other than he's, you know, he's just like a Honda
But I
type
suggest reading it when
guy
you get a chance.
in
It's rude not to read a book.
He has a past. He doesn't want to talk about.
Since when do
That's
you
fine, I
worry
guess.
about being rude?
I'm just...
I know I'm talking over the text there, but you can read it. Want to get some things going here. Right, so armor. Yes, I want to upgrade this. So I don't know if I can get it to fine. I can at least upgrade one. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, that's right. That's what you needed the artwork for upgrading it to fine. Yeah. Right. So I do have enough. So yeah, let's just do that. There we go. All right. Tanned hide, Helios talon. Okay. Don't even have any of that. So yeah. Guess I'll upgrade this since I can. Can upgrade the bow again if I wanted to. Sure. Let's upgrade the bow, I guess. Alright. Yeah. Alright.
Saying maybe someone gave you that for a reason. I've noticed that camp supplies don't generally clean themselves.
Weren't you telling me not to?
I'm gonna put this and this away, and this one. Yeah. Could put other stuff away, but since this doesn't have, weight, might as well just keep it on me, But yeah, this has weight still, technically. So there's no reason to have it on me when I'm not using it.
You wash my clothes so much?
Hmm. The wilderness doesn't generally smell like boiled hardtack or peppered lithbug stew.
If this is about the time I burned your favorite pan trying to bake sweet pie in it, I'm still sorry, and I will still get you a new one.
We can make some stuff. Do I really need to right now?
I don't know how you fit a cleaning
And
manual
all we've
in your
been
bag
doing
anyway.
today. I kind of expected that when I went to camp. Like last time, it also took a while to talk to people at camp.
Give you that look.
About to talk to Kai.
You know, if there's something you want to say, you can always talk to me.
So I have expected that.
The
Oh.
wood echoes
Something's happening.
strangled suffering. We knew this creature.
You can speak to me in dreams too. Please tell me I haven't died again. Really? No? I can't get any decent sleep either.
Still waters. You merely dream. The bear, the rot in the heart. Did its beauty sing to you?
The bear put down? I suppose it have had a kind of beauty. Beauty? It was a monster. Get out of my dreams, will you? I don't really know what to say. I don't really want to say any of this. Guess I'll say this.
Wilt, then grow again. What gleams cannot be a monster? We wish you had not killed it.
It was me or the bear. Yeah, I chose me. If I was sick, there's nothing I could do.
Cull the sickness, clear the rot. Kill one to save the other. Still. Violets and the stars. We wish for both.
Sadly, it doesn't work that way. Tough. Alright, what would you have done?
Earth into rebirth. Growth into life again. Beauty without end. Must all we love turn to ash? Can we not save it?
Sometimes the only mercy you can offer is death. If what we love becomes a monster, we have to kill it.
Mercy like a knife. It hunts all of us. God, mortal, beauty. Sleep now. We ponder.
Well. So, I don't have much time left in the video, man. Why does it always feel like this game goes by so fast? I don't know why. I guess I just... Talking to people just takes a while, I guess, you know? The little knife thingy, whatever. It's not here now, that's interesting. So... Well, I did upgrade my weapons and armor and stuff. I guess the game thinks I can do that quest like that was, you know, had a skull thing and all that stuff. Knife, skull, whatever it was. I guess so. That's the bounty. I was like, wait, what? Like, that's the artwork. Okay, right. Kinda wanna see if I can kill you now. Like, that is the thing. We went there and, well, it didn't go well. We died, but it has been a bit, and we have a new companion.
That's far enough,
Oh,
Outlander.
hi.
Well, if it isn't the new arrival. So eager to make a name for herself.
Who are you? Do you have a problem? You're looking for the ambassador. I already found him.
Well, aren't you the little do-gooder? Me and Pod, we aren't so fond of Outlanders. Especially ones looking as strange as you. For all we know, you're one of those sick bastards. A plague carrier. A blight on our fair city.
You better take a step back. Then, what do I have my cat? What do I have might be catching. So I decided to check out B. How thoughtful. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a little sick. Cracking knuckles.
Ooh, keep talking and it'll be my fist you catch, Outlander.
Boss, maybe this ain't such a good idea.
Shut it, Pod. Let me do the talking.
You're doing great so far. Really menacing.
No one brings the plague into my town, Outlander. No one. At least you can die knowing it wasn't personal.
Hey Pod, you're a killer. Gotta hand out the job for the morning. Can we just talk about this? I don't want any trouble. It feels pretty personal. Attack. I won't hesitate to defend myself.
Well, trouble wants you. Ha! Let's
Kitty.
make it quick.
You're a little distracting,
You're
kitty.
not the only one with places to be.
Good. I was getting tired of listening to them anyway.
Well, alright. Well, you brought it on yourself. A fireball. Yep. Well, okay. Random event is random. That'll happen sometimes. Cryptic letter. We will pay a handsome bounty for information on the demon ambassador. The daily schedule, the preferred line. Nothing is beneath our interest and everything has a price. Good that I have grenades. I have so many I'm not using. Okay. Well, I was still wanting to go there, so I will. Oh, okay, that's the band. I thought it was something I could collect. Maybe there's no stamina in this game,
This place
you know.
always smell like sweat.
Well, there is, but for attacking, but you know, it's just run. It's pretty nice. Don't have to worry about that. Alright. Guess I'll try some stuff. Just a little bit. I don't know if they come close to me. So let's shoot at them. Can do your armor if you want to. Kai as well. This is a stupid design, but they can get me. That's why. Oh, I wanna get in there. It's falling. It's not fun to fight everywhere. I got a fireball though. What was the main person? Lightning. I got a lot better last time. I did also hide behind a rock the entire time. Oh, we did it. Hey, look at that. Turns out leveling up does work. So I got a gun. Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean to switch it. It's pretty much, I mean, better. What am I doing here? Nope. Main hand. Like, yeah, it's stamina cost and critical hit is not as good. Has a special ability. Power attacks deal high shock accumulation. Hits deal 10% bonus shock damage. Oh right, right. Because my takes 2 slots. That's what I was confused about. But yeah, it's pretty slow still. Like honestly, that's not fair. Looks kind of cool. It's got scales and stuff. I don't know. Right, that's a lot of text. It's a unique item, so it has unique text I should read. Captain K-Rock was a renowned pirate captain, sharpshooter and devoted worshipper of Andra. When a sudden deadly storm overtook K-Rock and his crew, he prayed to Andra with a fervor unlike any he had ever before displayed, asking her to see his beloved ship to safety. The Lady of Lament, seemingly moved by K-Rock's pleading, saw it that the ship weathered the storm and came out the other side relatively unscathed. However, just before K-Rock and his crew made their way to safety, a single bolt of lightning struck the pirate captain, killing him instantly. The ship somehow unscathed from the strike, which seemed to have been absorbed into K-Rock's prize pistol. His crew believed that this was the price he had to pay to see his beloved ship to safety, and as a tribute to Andra, he tossed the now cackling pistol into the ocean. Now this firearm made its way back to the land. How this firearm made its way back to the land is a mystery. Jesus fucking Christ, man! I cannot read. No matter what. Yeah, I would like to use it, but like the bow is just yeah, no, it is faster. It's definitely faster to shoot. That's like not waiting. You can't stab while reloading somehow. Which I guess is something. But I would rather use my... well, use it, you know. long range, relatively. It's the entire point of me wanting to use something like that. Yeah. Well, you know, I guess I can sell it. Yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna be using guns. Like, I was wondering if I would want to in this game, because it is interesting, you know. You have guns in a game like this. But, yeah. Let's just loot people and stuff. Oh, that's a lot of money, man. Look at all this money. Yeah. Shipment receipt. Shipment contest. 1 plated copper mail. 1 conductive fission spring. Whatever that is. 1 animatic hammer. 1 static attracting lock plate. 48 copper infused powder charges. 3 units flint. Whatever. 1 crystal converter. Windows note. What are you making here? Unlike this. So much stuff. It's just a little chest. I don't know. Maybe it's very small. What is actually what those things were? It's hard to really know how big that is. I mean, somehow we carry all this stuff with us. That's not, again, good old video game logic. Despite being a game with a weight system, you can be unencumbered and everything. We can still carry 20 swords, probably, if you really wanted to. It just does not make any sense. But here we are. Alright, well, I just wanted to do something today. So I did this. Surprising how this did not seem at all like a challenge. I don't know, maybe it was just because I got lucky and nobody came and attacked me. I'm just able to hide. I don't know. But yeah. Alright, I guess I'll do some side stuff and go here as well, since I'm close by next time. And then I'll go back to main path, main quest stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm just gonna look around and explore like I sometimes do, as I have done in a few episodes where I didn't go to the main quest as I said I would. It's also very likely, because, you know, we have not explored over here really, and maybe I'll get to explore a little bit there, and wherever, you know. Who knows what'll happen. I don't. Like this game, I just kind of do whatever. I don't really think about what I'm gonna do next most of the time. I just kind of do what I feel like doing. Still didn't use my freaking grenades. I have so many. But yeah, you know, well, maybe I'll find a good use for them at some point. Alright. Today, again, feels like a slow day. Again, because we mostly spend time in camp. But hey. We learned a little bit about who poisoned us, kinda, sorta, as well. So that's important, I guess. I don't know. It does feel like the kind of game, again, as I've said before, that requires more than an hour of playtime per session. Because, man, it does feel like I have not done a lot. But hey, I'm not in a rush to finish this game, and I just want to enjoy it at my own pace. And that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. Guess I gotta go back to claim the reward, but I guess I don't really need to do that now. Yeah, I'll just set that quest up and get over there. And it does seem like a whole thing. Like, it's a big old island with, yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on that island. So it might take a little bit. So save. Yeah. I don't know. This game just, there's a lot going on. You know, as I was saying in the start of the episode, like a game like Oblivion and, you know, games like this, just, they suck off your time, man. They just do. but in a good way. Like if you enjoy these kind of games, which I do sometimes, you know, I like this game, and I like, you know, games like it. They just give you a lot of freedom and open world and RPG and talking to people and quests and exploration and all that stuff. And sometimes that can be a good time, you know. You really have to be in the mood for something like this, so you have to feel the world as well, you know. Not all games can do that, you know. That's why I got sucked into The Witcher 3, and I was like, I wasn't sure if that game really was gonna get me, because it's something about it didn't quite seem like it was gonna get me. Also, you know, I had never played a Witcher game, but The Witcher 3 I just played because I heard so much about it. And it turned out really good, you know. It still has flaws, you know. The combat is not great, really, I feel. It's okay, it's serviceable, but it is a little clunky. Yeah, like games like this, the actual combat and gameplay you kind of do tends not to be the main focus a lot of the time. So yeah, like this game, I wouldn't say it's amazing combat. It feels a lot like you just kinda throwing everything you can at the enemy, you know. I don't think there's a lot of strategy necessarily. Like you know, you can use. That's not what I meant to. That button again by accident. I meant to do this one. You can use potions to give you, you know, special effects, you know, if you really want to, but I don't think it's super needed. Like, I don't know. Like, you have a lot of things you can like do if you want to be more tactical. You know, you can obviously do the companion abilities, you know. Maybe certain setups, you know, certain abilities in here you have can make it more strategic, you know, if you want to be more stealthy maybe, or, you know, if you want to go full wizard, you know, full magic route, you can maybe do more things in there. This kind of seems like click the button and hit the enemy with the spell and it kills them. That's not that much strategy. I mean, I don't know. What do you want, I guess, in a game like this? I feel like it works. I like the combat. I don't hate it. You know, it feels satisfying enough, you know. But it doesn't feel, you know, if you're comparing it to, you know, something like a Dark Souls game where the combat is definitely the focus, you know, it does not feel like this is the focus, you know. A game like that, you really have to focus on the combat. Here, again, just stab, throw some spells, you know, whatever. Use a potion to heal yourself because you have so many freaking potions. You don't need to worry about health ever. I feel like obviously some enemies are very strong, and you know, healing won't save you. Like we did see that I did get murdered here, you know, before. So obviously, you can't just throw yourself into every single situation and expect to win. But I think that's more because of the level I was at this point when I say last, you know. Yeah. So you know, well that's it for now. Anyway, I gotta stop the video. Next time we'll go there to that island, find the luminous aqua, probably, hopefully. See what else is on there. Like we saw there was like a camp of people, and I also died there, right? That's where I went. I think I'm pretty sure that's where I went and died. So you know. Hopefully my level is good. Like, he doesn't have the skull thing anymore, so I should be able to go there. You know, I was able to go here and didn't die. So, cross my fingers. Alright, that's it. See you next time.